Hi, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Unexceptional Perspective. Join me on an exploration where every story, every moment, every perspective has the potential to be extraordinary in normal, ordinary lives. So, we'll get into today's story right now. So here I have a timer that I calculate. Since I already started rolling and this is already some 3-4 minutes, so I wanted to start a timer to see when actually I start the podcast and how many minutes can I talk without my friend's interference here. Yeah, no, you are not interfering. That's fine. Yeah. How do I start? How do I start? Is my voice okay?
Yeah.
I know this is what now, 3:43 a.m. On a Sunday, so I don't know how my voice is. I think this is fine, but I wanted to finish this episode. I wanted to record something. I talk my heart out, and late night conversations are the best when it comes to opening the heart. Open heart with Rayam Sumant. A silly parody. Yeah. So I want to start this episode. Again, my friend is sitting over here and he's going to ask me some questions, and I think I'll have some open conversations with him. We'll see if I am able to speak openly as I think and as freely as I hope. I want to ask certain questions that I don't have answers to, and I want to know different views on the questions. So I hope this would have been an kind of interactive episode, but I don't know how to do that yet. So I am recording this on a Sunday early morning. No, this is Monday early morning, Sunday late night.
Yeah.
Having some beautiful thoughts, having had some great memories with people. All the 3 a.m. thoughts and all the 3 a.m. memories are something that I remember for like my whole life. So I hope this also turns out something like that. So we'll start with one topic that I think I am very weak in.
So, what do you do when you're stuck, and how do you restart yourself?
What do I do when I'm stuck and how do I restart myself? Stuck. So, what kind of stuck? Like, if I am stuck at work, or if I am stuck doing something, or if I am stuck physically. I don't particularly know the range of the question, but let me start with what do I do when I'm stuck doing something that I know or I don't know. What do I do when I'm stuck? How do I get to know that I'm stuck, basically? So that is the very basic question that I ask myself often, that am I stuck? I don't believe that I'm stuck somewhere until and unless somebody points out to me that it is obvious. Uh, if I'm stuck, I wouldn't know. I keep on trying, I keep dwelling on the same problem again and again, hoping that it'll get resolved soon, hoping the situation turns out to be different. I come out on the top within days or hours or whatever the shortest time frame according to my mind is. And if somebody points that out to me that I'm stuck, then I realize that there is a problem. So how do you guys even know that there is a problem? I may be low on this part of intelligent quotient, IQ. But once you recognize that you are stuck somewhere, you're stuck with a problem, I tend to analyze where I went wrong and how I should proceed. But will I be successful? Most definitely not. And what is the best way to come out of the situation is ask help from people. And definitely everybody who I know, they sort of tend to help me out always, be it in work, be it in uh, personal discussions, everywhere. But can I really believe that that path leads me to get out of the situation, get out of the uh, problem at hand? I don't know. This is one question I want to get answers from all the listeners and all the viewers. How do you know that you can get out of a problem when you're stuck and somebody guides you and they show you a path? Okay, they show you, it's not that they leave you or you are alone or something. Somebody guides you on a path, who has already been on the same journey. I know we should blindly trust the process and proceed even if we are doing the entire thing for the first time. And but how can you have that blind trust that this process will work out? There is always some constant bugging in our mind that, oh, what if this fails, what if this fails? Yes, I know that everybody has that, but how do you decide that you are on a right path?
So you're talking about fears, right? What kind of
Yes.
fears would you face, and
Mm-hmm.
if you're in, I mean, okay, you told that it's a vague question, whereas about what's your place when you're stuck. So, what kind of fears would you face when you're stuck, either in a place emotionally or physically?
Emotional or physical fears when I'm stuck? Good question. I didn't actually give a thought about it, to be honest. But if you ask me, what kind of emotional fears do you face? The one thing is probably the most basic thing, and everybody will have this fear, the fear of failure. And I also tend to overanalyze the problems and make the worst possible conclusions. I believe I take things very pessimistically. I think I fear that whatever happens, the worst is going to turn out. That is not the correct way, of course. And you need to have some kind of the glass is half full mindset. And someone who pours the water into the glass, you have to just believe that the water gets full. And there is also a saying in Parkinson's law that states that if you have certain time frame,
That
things generally, what is that?
that
Things generally tend to occupy the allotted time
allotted
frame,
time
right?
frame, yeah.
So
The task fills the allotted time.
yeah, the task fills the allotted time frame. So there I want to tell you something. The task doesn't fill the allotted time frame. It'll be double or triple the allotted time frame when I'm emotionally stuck or physically stuck somewhere. Physically stuck, not like somebody has put chains on my hand or something, but you get the point, right? Not able to go from one place to other or something like that. Stuck in some confined space. So that task becomes double to triple the time, and I don't realize until it's too late. And after it is too late, it's probably not good to realize, but weightage that you get, the emotional support or realization that you feel after the problem gets solved, that's worth trying for.
So let me ask you this. What would be the methods that would help you in controlling these kind of fears?
What would be the methods? I recently came across this technique from Ali Abdal's podcast. that have different personalities for different kinds of situations. Like at office, be like Bruce Wayne, and when you are doing something that you are passionate about, for example, this podcast or the YouTube filmmaking, be like Batman. That way you will be very focused and you can streamline your thoughts in a single on a single task. The task in hand might be the work you are doing this week, or the filming you are doing, the shortlist you are making, and stuff like this. So having different personalities kind of helps you in recovering. And also I'm like, I juggle a lot of things. I'm good at juggling. I Yes, I accept that there are research studies that you only need to do one thing at a time, one task at a time, to have very good outcome, very efficient outcome. But what I realized about myself is I am good at juggling multiple things. I can do one thing at a time for either 1 month, or do three things for 3 months with effectiveness. Maybe not a particular very good example to start with. So I'll start with a shorter time frame. If I am taking up one task to finish 1 week for three weeks continuously, the first task will definitely go above a week. It'll cross the deadline, and for second task, that constantly corrupts my mind, and I will not be able to do three tasks in 3 weeks. But if you give me three tasks at the first day and ask me to do it before 3 weeks, I do juggle a lot. But when I'm doing the thing, I streamline my focus. I do the particular things. That's kind of like switching personalities. I do one task like Sumant, and another task like, I don't want to mention any director's name, but also the director Sumant, the worker Sumant, and the director Sumant. So something like that, and the actor Sumant. So there are this technique has really helped me in the past very recent 6 months, and I've been very successful with it. Good mindset, good frame of mind.
And so coming to the final one, so do you feel, in general, I'm asking, do you feel that these kind of procrastinations or your fears is a negative impact or a positive impact on your life? On your particular life, personally?
Does these things affect you positively or negatively? I may not give a concrete answer to this, but I definitely know that I have gained a lot of clarity on my life because of experiencing this setbacks and negative emotions and stuff. Lot of introspection, lot of retrospection, and the spark that you get after going through stuff. I think I would go through it again if I get a chance. The same thing in the same way. Because I am here very grateful for things, and in a position where I would have never imagined, my previous self would have never imagined that I'll be in such a position. So I'm actually really grateful, and I would definitely go through this. Even though there are negative setbacks and differences in opinions and lot of miscommunication and lot of no clarity stuff, I would like to have the same thing, I would like to be thrown in the same pits, same dungeons, and I would crawl out through the sewers and come out to the lake. I would do the same thing again. Does that answer your question? Is that the question? What was the
Yes,
question?
yes. That's the question. That was the answer I was expecting also, because
Mm.
in a way, what you told about the feelings that you've gone through, the fears that you've been through, so it puts you into an optimistic position. That's a good thing to know.
You have to be optimistic. You can't be like, okay, I've been through shit and now what to do? I don't have anything. I can't do anything. There is a phase for that also. And once you go through the phase, obviously you need to rise back up and you need to learn from your mistakes, learn from the past and become a better version of yourself, if that even makes sense. That is what I feel. But is that the right way? If you ask me that, is that the right way? I would probably say no. You should actually get the understanding before the problem or during the problem itself, not afterwards. And maybe some people agree with me, some people do not. I would really like to know what is your approach and what do you think? How do you feel? How do you proceed with stuff like this? The stuff like when you're stuck and you go through some negative stuff, does it impact you in a positive way or in a negative way in your life? I'm sure that I have asked around 20, 30, or a lot of people who are in their mid 40s, mid 50s, and above that also. The same question, same kind of question. Do you feel that anything would, do you want to change anything that has happened to you in the past? And mostly I get answers like I believe, the mindset that I have. Maybe the answers that I get is because of all the culmination of all the answers. There is also a saying that you are average of the 5 people you are around with. So the 5 people doesn't mean that the 5 individuals, but the 5 big influential talks, influential matter that goes into your head. If that 5 becomes smaller, and if the 5 influential talks become smaller, then it might be like you are an average of all the talks that you talk. I know that I'm not making any sense, but it's in my head. I don't know how to express that properly. It's like you get answers, you are bombarded with answers for the same question from different people, different experiences, and you take the average out of them, and you feel like, yeah, this is my understanding of the question from their perspective. So yeah, I think everybody will agree. If not everybody, majority will agree that this is the right way. You get to experience stuff and think and laugh on stuff after a few years. But I am very interested in knowing what all the viewers and all the listeners are thinking about.
Your way of approach. Yeah.
Yeah, not only my way of approach, but even their way of approach and their situations. How did they tackle and what do they think about? And again, I have to close this with another Master Yoda quote, right? Now that's been a tradition sort of thing in the podcast show. So let's do that. I'm going to again close this with another Master Yoda quote. Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. Wonderful, wonderful quote from one of the wisest people. You should train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. So once you let go of all the fears, then you will come on top. Obviously, that is the whole point. But what happens in general, as we spoke, it happens in reverse. So let us all try to do that. Let us strive to do that. So if you are listening this on audio services, please do follow, please do the like button or review stuff, give a good review. It will help us boost the show. And if you are watching the video, please help me out on this. I certainly someday want to look at the camera and speak properly. So please point me in right direction. Give me some pointers. Okay. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Please do subscribe. Let us follow on this journey. Goodbye.